celebration will begin. The Dallas Mavericks are NBA champions. The first
Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. But eventually, it will subside, and something else will take its place. If I quit, however, it will last forever. There was a young man who, he wanted to make a lot of money, and so he went to this guru, right? And he told the guru, I want to be on the same level you are. And so the guru said, if you want to be on the same level I'm on, I'll meet you tomorrow at the beach at 4 a.m.
It has been discovered that you've been working out with Hakeem Olajuwon in Houston. Why did you do that?
For me, honestly, I'm doing whatever it takes to just become a better basketball player.
Guru said, if you want to make money, I'll meet you tomorrow, 4 a.m. So the young man got there at 4 a.m. The old man grabs his hand and said, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, real bad. He said, walk on out in the water. So he walks out into the water. Watch this. When he walks out into the water, it goes waist deep. So he like, this guy crazy. Make money, he got me out here swimming. He said, come on out a little further. He came out a little further. It was right at his mouth. My man like, I'm about to go back in here. This guy is mine. So the old man said, I thought you said you wanted to be successful. He said, I do. He said, walk a little further. He came, dropped his head in, held him down, hold him down. My man getting scratching, holding him down. Just before my man was about to pass out, he raised him up. He said, I got a question for you. Somebody answered the question for me. He said, when you were underwater, what did you want to do? He said, I wanted to breathe. He told the guy, he said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. How many of y'all got asthma in here today? But if you ever had an asthma attack before, you short of breath, you wheezing, the only thing you trying to do is get some air. That's it. Breathe.
You gotta want this game as bad as your next breath.
Last breath. Repeat like it's your last breath.
And when you get to the point where all you want to do is be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.
The president of Full Sail is an unbelievable individual, someone who I call my friend, Mr. Gary Jones. Now, I haven't spoken to him about this before, but I plan on going back and speaking to him about this. We bumped into, I would say, 7 different individuals who are looking to go into production, some type of media production at the conference today. But they don't know how they're going to go to school. And I wanted to talk to you right now about what is the possibility of us putting together some concrete steps to maybe do some matching scholarships to get these individuals to the different media schools. And the reason I brought up Gary Jones, because one of the individuals would love the opportunity to maybe go from Crenshaw High School in the hood and have an opportunity to go to somewhere like Full Sail or Michigan State. And so if organizations like us could get together, what would your take be on something like that?
Well, I'll be very interested in working with any university. We already work with a number of universities and trying to help young people get access. That's what this thing is about. Many of our minority students especially don't have access, into higher ed. And, going to universities where they will be provided with a tool, to keep them out of jail, keep them off the streets. And not only that, to become productive citizens in society. And so between the NBBC and myself, Break the Cycle, and other organizations, celebrities, sports, athletes that work with us and believe in us, that's something that's very doable. And I think that a partnership and collaboration is where it's at. No one organization or one entity can do it alone. But if we bring our resources together, I think this will be a great partnership. You guys already have the curriculum, You already have the cutting edge media curriculum, and we have the people. So you put your human resources together, and I think this could be a great partnership. You think about basketball, you think about football and people recruiting. Well, we can actually find those students while we're on the road, help them to get those scholarships, and then put them right into a program that's going to allow them to make an impact immediately after they graduate from college.
Turn ET loose and we're going to do break the cycle how we normally do. Eric Thomas, Pastor Eric Thomas. Just quickly, just give me a couple seconds. I just got off the plane, but as I listen tonight, I don't think that it's by coincidence I'm here. I went to Oakwood College, but after receiving a GED, I was homeless for about 2.5 years. When actually I joined the church, and Kagia Scott was doing this exact same thing some years ago in the group called Phase 1 at that time. Now listen to what I'm saying. I want you to catch this because he talked about an insurance policy. And for those of us who are insurance policy holders, we understand that we don't hold insurance for ourselves. I need you to hear what I'm saying to you today. My insurance is not just for me. My insurance really is to cover my children and my wife. That's my purpose for insurance. As a matter of fact, as a motivational speaker, I didn't have insurance. And so about 3 or 4 years ago, I decided to take a job at Michigan State University, not for the money, but because my wife really is into insurance. And so I took this job to make sure that my wife and my children felt comfortable. Listen to what we're talking about insurance. And insurance is not just for us. And so there are a group of people out there who don't know about Jesus Christ, who need to be insured. You listen to what I'm saying? They need to be insured, and they don't know how to get insured, but we know. And so as a high school dropout, someone who was homeless, when I saw Kagia Scott and Phase 1 do what they did, I wanted to go to Oakwood. First generation college student. Mom got pregnant when she was 17, so she couldn't go to college. I joined the church and went about a year and a half later, went straight to Oakwood, and Oakwood has changed my life. Listen to me, I've been married almost 19 years. They don't do marriage in my family. They don't go to church on Easter or Christmas. They don't play. But one person was changed. And as he said, God has blessed me to change thousands because I was introduced to this faith. Listen to me very closely before I leave. I love what I saw tonight, but what disturbs me is that I generally see it in the body. And I need you to understand that yes, we are the chosen. And yes, this is a dynamic group. And yes, God has given us some things, but God wants a return on his investments. You better hear what I'm saying, that when I give my money to the investor, if I get 500, I'm not looking for 500 back. When I give my 500, I want you to double that or triple that. And when God blesses us, this church, God's looking for a return on his investment. They can act and they can preach. Man, I remember being at Oakwood College, you had Urban Daphnis from Miami, Pucky Fordham. I mean, these guys are doing oratorical contests. Kids from Prime Forge and GAAA and Northeastern Academy. I mean, they all come together as a force. They're singing dynamic praise, the Aeolians. I'm coming from Detroit. I'm coming from the city. We didn't see stuff like that. And they changed my mind. And I often think, had I not gone to Oakwood, I probably would be just like everybody else from Detroit on my block, dead, in jail, or just hanging out. Oakwood changed my life, but the problem is Oakwood doesn't come recruit at Detroit Henry Fords. Oakwood doesn't come recruit at Persia High. Oakwood recruits at Palm Forge, and I'm saying Oakwood is such a dynamic school that we need to recruit to the world because the world will be changed if we brought those kids from the hood to that university. They would change their minds and send them back. So my fire has nothing to do with just the truth. My fire has to do with my people ain't getting this. While we get it every week. My people not getting this. The people I know from the hood, they don't get to hear it. They don't get to see this. And so I'm saying we know the truth, and yes, we need this, but we really need to take this. We need to raise money and take this to the prisons, to the youth detention, to the high schools. We need to raise money and bring them back to every urban school and check. You talk about baptisms. Come on. He had